Assalamualaikum. We are from Group 3 and we will like to present our group project. So this is our group members. We have Nurul Alia binti Ar-Rashid, Nurul Farhana binti Nur Aman Shah, Nur Shahida binti Zaidi, Shazmi binti Zakaria, and Nur Sarahani binti Muhammad Azman. Right? Okay, so firstly, I would like to explain why we choose Tealive for this assignment. So we choose Tealive because it is a local business that has successfully expanded their brand internationally. Tealive also remained to be a top brand in Malaysia since 2017, regardless the numbers of competitors entering the market. There are three reasons why we decided to choose Tealive. First is Tealive innovative products. With the cycles of trends that keeps on changing, Tealive are keeping up with the current trends and produce innovative products such as DIY bubble kits and strawless bubble teacup. Second, Tealive is the #1 store to start changing from plastic straw to a paper straw. This shows that Tealive is care about the environment since plastic took about 100 to 500 years to decomposite, whereas paper straw took only about less than 4 months to degrade. Lastly, we choose Tealive because we are inspired by their business strategy after the bubble tea war. Tealive was developed by a young entrepreneur, which is Brian Liu. After he had accepted the contract termination as a master franchise holder, he immediately changed the business game. Brian Liu rebranded all Chat Times outlets in Malaysia into his own brand, which is Tealive, just in one night. It was a remarkable strategy for a young entrepreneur to think of. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Thank you, Shazmin. I will continue explain on the Tealive introduction. Tealive was introduced back in 2017 by Brian Liu, who was the Loop Holding Chief Executive Officer, by introducing Tealive as his brand to take tea to a higher level. So Tealive management team consists of Chi Ling Lo, the CEO, Brian Yao as the project director, Mei Ling Toh as the CFO, and Livia Chan as the director. Tealive was considered as one of a famous brand among list of bubble tea brand in Malaysia. Currently in 2022, Tealive has over 600 outlets across Malaysia and has expanded its outlet internationally to China, Vietnam, Myanmar, Brunei, Philippines, Australia and United Kingdom. Tealive created their own signature drink, namely Signature Brown Sugar Pearl Milk tea. In short, Tealive has grown aggressively and successfully with the strategy that was created by Brian Liu. Next. Okay, so for Tealive history, Tealive brand was created due to the conflict drama that happened between Brian Liu company that called as Loop Holding and La Cafa International, which is the parent company of Chatime. So let's look at the timeline of the Tealive history. So the first one is Brian Liu company, which is Loop Holding, was a Chatime master franchise in Malaysia. During that time, Brian Liu wants to grow Chatime faster, but Chatime parent company in Taiwan disagree. So the agreement between Chatime and Loop Holding was terminated due to Taiwan disagreement over the business directions. So Loop Holding CEO Brian Liu started his own brand called Tealive, and he took a major action by rebranding all the Chatime outlet in Malaysia into a new brand known as Tealive. And during that time, the 161 existing Chatime outlet, which is 95% Chatime outlet in Malaysia, is owned by Loop Holding, and it is rebranded under Tealive. Next presenter.
Okay, for the Tealive franchise, Tealive is a business format franchise in the food and beverage franchise industry. For the business format franchise, it will give right to make use of the franchisor proprietary system such as initial training, standardized build-up plans, operation manual, continuous support from the franchisor, point of sale system education, and key functionalities. For the Tealive company, Tealive will be responsible to their franchisee in giving support and guidance from setting up to starting a store through a partnership program tailored to various levels of expertise and involvement. Tealive will be responsible in giving programs such as onboard orientation, monthly audit and quality service check, hands-on training at their outlet, live update through Tealive business management tools. I will continue on Tealive product. Tealive is Malaysia's largest made-to-order MTO beverage provider. For the beverage for the beverage chooser, we can choose many type, which is include milk tea, cocoa, coffee, smoothies, craft tea, matcha, fruit tea, and sparkling drinks. Other than official menu of Tealive drink, Tealive also sell other various products and it can be purchased on the Tealive website. The product includes such as the bottled drink, the Tealive Milk Lab, which is the brand of their milk box milk, and also Tealive have launched their new beverage which is Tealive Eats. Other than that, on promoting their brand, Tealive also do innovation, such as they have produced DIY bubble tea kits. These DIY bubble tea kits will enable customers to create their own Tealive bubble tea at home. It creates a new whole experience for the customer to make their own drink at home. This product will already be innovated during PKP. And other than that, in supporting the environmental friendly, Tealive have launched Strollers Bubble Tea Cup. This innovation made to create a positive environmental impact and elevate tea drinking experience to customer. Next, Tealive also have launched a Just Pour It packaging, which is an individual bottle drinking. A freshly bottled brew delivered to your doorstep and no cooking is required. Customer can just pour it and instantly enjoy the drink. For the Tealive branding, also they do a collaboration with other brand to increase their famous and also to make other people to try new products such as a Walls X Tealive Boba ice cream. The collaboration became a hit as it gave boba lovers a new experience in enjoying their favorite drink in the form of ice cream anytime and anywhere. The Mami X Tealive Instant Bubble Tea Noodle have become a hit because this collaboration surely become a viral trending as it is beyond imagination because you can eat your Maggi with a boba pearl And lastly, in the latest collaboration, Tealive have do a collaboration with Nestle KitKat. This collaboration will be added into Tealive exclusive menu, which is the KitKat Cocoa Waffle Smoothie series. In the conjunction of their Tealive branding, Tealive get the brand exposure from their customer. Customers were excited to share their review and reaction towards product collaboration and innovation on various social media such as the YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. All this review is not paid because customer is enjoy the innovation and they want to share with others. I will continue to.
Okay, so for Tealive marketing, they use two marketing, which is online and offline. For online, Tealive has four, which is social media marketing, search engine operation, website marketing, and paid influencer marketing. They also adopt offline marketing, which is physical event and exclusivity. Next. Okay, so for the online marketing strategies adopted by Tealive, the first one is social media marketing. Tealive has their own social media account, which is Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. This is where Tealive regularly update on their new drink creation to inform their targeted customer. Since Tealive targeted customer is young people, using social media as marketing tool is highly effective as most of the young people use social media. We can see that Tealive has 313,000 followers on Instagram, which shows that Tealive actively use social media as marketing tool. The second online marketing is search engine operation. Tealive adopted this search engine marketing, whereas it is an paid advertisement that make Tealive appear on top of the search engine result page. As a result, there is more likely consumer will visit the Tealive website and make interaction to purchase from Tealive brand. The third online marketing is website marketing. Tealive has their own website, which is shop.tealive.com.my. So this is where the Tealive potential customer will able to know all Tealive information such as Tealive beverage list, their snack, merchandise, and list of Tealive locations. By having their own website, it provides flexibility for Tealive customer as they have the accessibility to survey 24 hours, 7 days a week at any time to see which product suits their needs. And the last one, online marketing, is paid influencer marketing. This is because content that are created by influencer is placed in front of social user that are already interested in the product niche. So the paid advertising is highly effective. Therefore, Tealive don't have to spend additional fund on testing and finding the right audience for advertisement, as the influencer has already fostered this audience on social media. Such as, for example, Tealive has paid the food influencer to eat to drink their new drinks. Next slide. Apart of having so many online marketing, Tealive also adopted offline marketing, which is physical event and exclusivity. The physical event is where Tealive conduct a physical event. The event celebrate Tealive's success in opening over 220 outlets in Malaysia and offer visitors to chance to participate in lucky draw, make their own bubble tea and snap group photo. This physical event has helped Tealive build memorable connection with its customer. And last one is exclusivity. Tealive also adopt exclusivity in their marketing, whereas Tealive create Tealive Plus. Tealive Plus Cafe is their first exclusive cafe that offer menu that not available in other franchise. So the exclusivity marketing urge Tealive consumer to purchase the product as they want to experience something that is limited and extraordinary. Next. Okay, so for Tealive SWOT analysis, the first one is strength, which is highly innovative in product development. As you can see from the photo, Tealive has created drink that called Onde Onde, inspired from Malaysian traditional dessert, which is ingredient coconut, pandan leaf, and brown sugar. The second strength is they have a large distribution network, and as I said earlier, Tealive has spread outlet as much as 600 outlets across Malaysia. This helps help the brand easily reached by its consumer. And the last strength is good in handling crisis. During the COVID-19, Tealive has created the bubble tea kit where people enjoy Tealive drink at home without having the need to go out. And as a result, 1,000 kits were being sold online within 3 days of launching. So for the weakness, Tealive has one weakness, which is the defamation legal issues between Tealive and Chatime. As I said earlier, that they have dispute between these two brands, and Chatime has sued Tealive because it has caused confusion and safeguard Chatime reputation in both Malaysia and as well as international level. So this has stained Tealive reputations. And for the opportunity, currently the bubble market tea size is increasing. As you can see from the Fortune Business Insight, the global bubble tea market size was USD 2.2 billion in 2019 and projected to reach USD 3.39 billion by the end of 2027. So this has shown that the bubble tea market Tealive is increasing from 2016 to 2027. And lastly is the threat, which is rising competitors in the same industry. Currently in Malaysia, there are 102 businesses that have a similar product as Tealive, which is they sell boba tea, for example, Daboba, The Alley, Singfutang, and Black Whale. And the last one is the Tealive product may be out of trend. Currently, boba are still in trend among Tealive targeted customer, which is young people. However, boba might be out of trend in a few years ahead, as there might be new trend that will overshadow Tealive. I will pass to the next presenter.
Okay, so for Tealive implementation costs, the cost of starting a franchise vary every businesses, but many of the requirements are the same. In most situations, it is required to pay a franchisor a franchise fee, as well as build out costs for the location and other startup charges. Once it is open, franchisees will need to make sure to have enough working capital to stay afloat until the business is sustainable. To open a Tealive franchise, franchisee will need to pay an RM75,000 franchise fee, which will include all essential material and marketing assistance. This is a 5+5 term, and franchisee will then have to pay another 3% for royalty fee, which will include the marketing, advertising, and promotions. Next.
Okay, thank you, Shaida. Next, we will move on to the process of applying for Tealive business. Firstly, in the application process, applicant needs to visit the official Tealive website and fill direction. The online form will consist of basic information and requirements for investment and financial resources. Secondly is the personality and financial assessment. After approved, applicant will fill out a personality assessment and complete some ability tests to ensure the financial of running a large company. Applicant also needs to assess and review the franchise disclosure document, the FDD. Third is the interview process. If applicant pass all of the aspects of their application and assessment, they will be invited to a one-on-one interview at Tealive headquarters. The Tealive company will decide whether or not to proceed with their application and enable them to operate a franchise after the interview. Moving on to the development process. In this process, a franchisor will issue a letter of offer and initial payment is to be applicant. Tealive requires 460,000 ringgit for an initial capital. In the offer letter, it will outline some of the essential information such as applicant job duties and responsibilities, working hours, compensation and benefits, and others. Next is the training and renovation. The applicant will be ready to begin training after a successful panel interview. For a minimum of 60 days, the training includes theory and practice, providing applicants with both practical retail experience and teaching method, followed by a business immersion and handover process. Also, during the 60 days of training, applicants' new outlet will undergo measurement, design, and renovation. Lastly is the opening approval. The applicant will be given the keys and will be in charge of the day-to-day operations of the outlet, but they will not be left alone. Tealive's franchise consultant and support team will be on hand to provide professional assistance and to help applicants transition into the outlet. Next.
So before franchising a firm, one should be familiar with two legally essential documents, which are the franchise disclosure document and the franchise agreement. It is required for the franchisee to register the franchise before operating the franchise business or within 14 days from the date of the franchise agreement. The disclosure document is a required document that contains information about the franchisor, which will usually assist a prospective franchisee in making an educated decisions. The primary use of the franchise document is to provide prospective franchisee with the information required by franchise law, which includes the information on the franchisor, the company's leadership team, bankruptcy, and litigation history. Initial and ongoing fees will also included in the disclosure document. The franchisee must wait at least 10 days before signing the franchisee agreement. It should also be allowed for public inspection of any disclosure document under Section 56 of the Franchise Act. Next, the franchise agreement is a document that outlines each party's right and obligation. This will act as a tool for a franchisor in maintaining a relationship with the franchisee, and certain mandatory clauses must be included in the agreement according to the Franchise Act. Next.
Okay, the next part is the advantages and disadvantages of venturing into a franchise business. For the advantages, first we have a reputable brand name. In the business industry, branding is a critical component. Opening a franchise provides a well-known brand with which customers are already familiar. Tealive is known as one of the most well-known bubble tea brands in Malaysia. Tealive is gradually rising in popularity and citizens in Malaysia are becoming more aware of the bubble tea brand. Second advantages that one can gain when venturing into a franchise business is growth and unit expansion. Out of 650 outlets, Tealive has 611 outlets in Malaysia, with the rest outlets spread throughout 7 countries in Australia, Brunei, the United Kingdom, and others. Tealive has been able to expand and thrive significantly faster due to franchising, allowing it to establish a genuinely worldwide brand identity and a well-known bubble tea brand. Third is lower risk for failure. The failure rates for entering a new market compared joining a well-known market are significantly different. Tealive was able to reach a larger target market and reach more customer internationally by purchasing new franchise stores, which in the long term help it accomplish and sustain a high market share in the food and beverage industry while also enhancing the company's corporate image and reputation. Next. For the next part is the disadvantages of venturing into a franchise business. The first disadvantage is large startup costs. The average cost of applying for a franchise in Malaysia is approximately around 15,000 to 1 million ringgit, depending on the company. Tealive requires from 460,000 ringgit for the initial capital, with 75,000 ringgit franchise fee and 3% royalties in total. In order to be able to venture into Tealive's franchise business, a franchisee needs to have around 500,000 to 600,000 ringgit. Next is potential for conflict. This takes place in 2018 when the Chatham Tealive dispute reached the Peak Court of Malaysia. The relationship between a franchisor Lakafa and a franchisee Loop Holding went downfall when Lakafa alleged that Loop Holding had breached an agreement between the parties called a Regional Exclusive Representation Agreement. The case was arbitrated at the Singapore International Arbitration Centre, and Lakafa terminated the agreement in January 2017. And lastly is the effect of coattails. Franchisors are typically aware that the actions of franchisees might have an impact on stability and development. Franchisees must also be aware of other franchisees' competitiveness. For example, Tealive must keep an eye on other competing bubble tea brands such as Black Whale, The Alley, Cool Block, and even other Tealive franchisees. In Malaysia, there is a famous bubble tea street known for the many bubble tea brands operating in the same spot, located in SS15 Subang Jaya. Next.
So next is the agencies that provide finance for franchising businesses. So starting a franchise requires a significant financial investment, which often include huge amount of franchise fees as well as ongoing royalties and advertising costs. There are several agencies that helps in providing finances for franchising businesses. So the first one we have Pernas, which is Perbadanan Nasional Berhad. Pernas is a company owned by the Minister of Finance in Finance Corporated. Pernas aims to develop the franchise industry and a driving force behind the expansion of the country's franchise industry with the goal of producing more franchise entrepreneurs in the business world. Pernas also offers advice and special programs to franchises and franchisees. Next, we have the SME Bank. So SME Bank is a government agency that aims to be a hub for small and medium-sized businesses by providing financing and integrated services. SME Bank offers fixed or revolving loans, leasing or hire purchase, bank guarantees, letters of credit, and loan stocks. The amount of financing available to micro franchisepreneurs is limited to 500,000 ringgit Malaysia. The maximum amount available to franchises and master franchises is 10 million ringgit Malaysia for small franchises and 5 million ringgit Malaysia for medium franchises and master franchisees. The maximum financing amount for small and medium-sized franchises is 3 million ringgit Malaysia. The bank also provides the following support services such as business advisory services that include business idea evaluation, business planning, technical and industry expertise, packaging, branding, business performance reviews, and business development and rehabilitation. Next service is the development of new franchises that is specifically for the micro category in terms of technical and training grants as well as franchise prototypes. And the last services is the knowledge sharing that entails conducting industry and market research, compiling a list of franchise development service providers, and matching business opportunities. So next we have Bank Rakyat. So Bank Rakyat is another government agency that provides the franchise financing scheme, which is aimed at graduates and female aspiring franchisepreneurs. The scheme is designed to assist the entrepreneur in paying franchise fees, investing in the franchise business, renovating, stockpiling, fixtures and fittings, and working capital. The financing margin is up to 80% of the project cost, with a maximum facility of 200,000 ringgit Malaysia available. Next, we have MATRADE. So MATRADE or Malaysia External Trade Development Corporation is a government arm that assists local businesses in entering international markets, offers a variety of grants and incentives, They provide a grant to assist franchises in undertaking activities for the development of export markets. Franchises companies can receive a 50% reimbursable matching grant on the proof cost of the aforementioned activities, such as participation in international trade fairs or participation in specialized marketing missions, uh, uh, or participation in specialized marketing missions. And lastly, we have the franchise fran- internal franchise financing. So entrepreneurs could consider obtaining franchise financing from the company that owns the franchise. Some franchises provide straightforward business loans, others provide down payments, and still others may offer reduced royalties or licensing fees if they open multiple branches. Furthermore, some franchises may provide franchise financing assistance programs. Franchises may work directly with a third-party broker specializing in franchise funding, or they may simply refer them to a lender with whom they have a working relationships. I will pass to the next presenter.
So in conclusion, we believe that Tealive is one of the successful homegrown brands that managed to expand their brand internationally, making Malaysia become known globally. This shows that Tealive should be considered by everyone who is planning on opening a franchise, as it requires moderate amount of capital, low risk, the brand is well known and has an opportunity to grow. Tealive is indeed one of the franchise that is worth opening, as per milk tea is still one of the big trend nowadays. That's all from us. Thank you.